This video is on exporting a Unity project so that it can be played in a web browser. This is being done specifically to upload this to Game Jolt so that we can publish the game. And this video itself is just going to be the exporting part. I will do another video that is how to upload to Game Jolt. So let's go ahead and I'll share, if I can find it, please. Okay, yes. And what I'm going to be sharing, this is just a game, any game that has been made, okay? And this one has not been exported before, so that we'll take a look at this and see the steps, okay? So this will all be done with the File tab. So click on File, and of the options that show up, two close to the bottom are Build Settings and Build and Run. So let's start with the Build Settings. Okay, now in this, the first thing you have to do is make sure you have the scene selected that you would like to upload. And if you have a game with multiple scenes, you will need to select all of them. In this particular case, this game only has one particular scene. It's open, and so I'm going to click on Add Open Scenes. And that adds the scene up here at the top. Now, the next thing we need to do is change the option. If I export it like this, it's going to be ready to run as an EXE on PC, and that's not what we're after. We want HTML, which is WebGL HTML5. All right. Now then, once we have selected that, there's not much else really. Be sure you leave off development build because we're just publishing this so it can be seen. The other thing that you will want to check on is player settings. And when you click on player settings, it brings up a bunch of options. And about the only one that I'm going to worry with here is if you want to change the name of the company to your own company, which is fine, okay? So I just call it my company. And that will be placed inside the game as part of the documentation. All these other settings, just not going to worry about them, okay? At another time, if you want to, yeah, there's a bunch of interesting things there. We can do a lot that will help us make our game run the best it can run wherever it's being played. But for right now, ours is very simple. We're simply trying to find out how to get this exported. All right, so we have selected WebGL. We have made sure that we have included a scene, that we have done whatever settings we wish to do. And at this point, the only thing left is down here towards the bottom of the little pop-up screen, we must click on Switch Platform. So I'm going to click on that. And it starts going through a process. And depending upon the game, how much code, how many scenes, this can take a while to do. And so while this is working, let's see how fast this is going to go. Let's see, is that going to be it? This might take a little while to do. Some of the other games I've uploaded 5 minutes or more at this stage, okay? So it looks like we've done okay though. That one ran through pretty quickly. So if you get to this point and you're just sitting there, okay. Don't worry about it too much. All right, now the next thing we need to do, we can either do it from where we are, build and run, or you can go back up to File, and there is a build and run there as well. Of course, there's also shortcuts if you prefer shortcut keys, but you could go either one. Since this is already here, I'm going to go ahead and choose this build and run. All right, now it wants to know where are you going to put this. You can put this any place on your machine you want to. I'm going to suggest you go into the Unity project, into the project itself, and we are going to select a folder. And I don't see one that I really want to put this into, so I'm going to create a new folder. So I'm going to right click and I will go New Folder, and I'm going to call this folder Builds, B-U-I-L-D-S. So B-U-I-L-D-S. And that's just going to be the folder now that goes along with the Unity project where I will place the builds that come up. So I have created a place to hold builds, and I'm going to come down and select that folder. And then we give it a little while, and this one's going to be the same way. This may take 5 minutes, it may take a little bit longer, just completely depends upon the game that you've got going. So since this one looks like it's going to be going here just for a little bit, let's see, I'm going to see if I can get to my video, and I would really like to just pause that. Let's see, here we go. So I'm going to pause right now, and I'll come back to you when it's over. Okay, that was about 7 minutes. I don't know if you can see the clock down here. You could go back and check it out. But that was a 6 or 7 minute wait. When it got through, it automatically brought the game up and started it running. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like in a window somewhere. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop this game. Okay, now then, since we did the build and run, I can stop that as well. And let's see, let me show you where this is on here. Okay, this is the file manager so that we can go through and see what's out there. And we created this folder called Builds. And when you go into the folder called Builds, here is what you would run. That's your HTML file. And depending upon your browser, it will accept it or it will tell you it's not going to do it. But we're just getting this done so that we can get this set up and moved up to Game Jolt so that your game can be seen by others. So I'm going to stop this particular recording here, and I'll do another recording after this one that shows how to go from here up to Game Jolt.